Hey, what's going on? My name is Brandon, and this is Brandon Critiques Copy. And so, in these episodes, I like to critique Facebook ads mainly that come across my news feed. And so, what we're going to do is I'm going to critique this copy here. We're going to watch this video. We'll critique the headline down here, and then I will click over to the destination page of this ad here, and I'll critique that as well. But I'm not going to opt in. I'm not going to go through the whole entire funnel. I just want to get basically the we'll call it top of funnel. And my guess is that this is a top of funnel ad. I personally know Ashton Shanks. He's a good guy, by the way. I've hired him for some of my to manage some of my ad spend for a former company of mine called Furniture Flipping Secrets. So he's a good guy, really easy to work with, very talented. So I'm going to go ahead and critique him if he sees this. Ashton, I love you. And it's my turn to critique your stuff, right? All right, so let's jump right in. Dear agency owner. First off, let's stop there. I skipped a step. Let's go ahead and see why we're seeing this ad. I always love to see that, right? Why am I seeing this ad here? This will tell you if you hit those three dots there. And by the way, I don't have my contacts in, so my eyes are like a little bit, whatever. I do have these glasses right here, but they're just not the most fashionable. Similar to the customer. So he used a lookalike audience, set the age 24 and 50, and the United States. So he's basing this ad off of people who he's, similar to his, whatever. You know what? I'm gonna have to put my glasses on. You guys can make fun of me all you want. I don't care. They're like dad glasses though. They're not like the stylish kind. Screw it. Dear agency owner. So let's start there. I like the fact that he's calling them out. This is specific, and this is what you should do in an advertisement. Is funny enough. You should call out your demographic, your audience, who you're targeting, right? Who your target audience is. So the fact that he's calling them out right away. If I'm a coach, if I'm a consultant, if I'm a course creator, and I see that he's only talking to agency owners, why the heck would I stick around and consume this ad? It will happen, but he is pretty much saying, hey, I'm only speaking to agency owners, and I think that's smart. I mean, you gotta, a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I'm getting so many clicks on my ads. I'm like, well, who are these people? Are they who you want? So, I would say 80% of the clicks are going to be agency owners. The other people are going to be people, funnel hackers, we'll call them, and people who are just curious if it's going to work for their business and they're not an agency. It happens. I mean, I've put out plenty of offers, and believe it or not, or like if I had a call booking funnel, believe it or not, I would get on the phone with people who have like SaaS softwares or something, and like my program would be about whatever, complete opposite. So it happens. Okay. Forget about your clients' tracking issues. Forget about your clients' Facebook ads. Wow. Forget about your clients' YouTube ads. Forget about making sure your clients are being taken care of by your team. Man, Ashton, if you wrote this, I love it. I really do. And I'm not saying that because I know Ashton or because I worked with Ashton. I'm saying it because he's calling out pain points within agencies, right? Pain points meaning tracking issues. I mean, tracking has knocked off so many agencies and lost them so many clients in the last year and a half, 2 years almost, probably. Year and a half. Completely demolished small businesses because of Apple iOS 14. Destroyed it, right? So, he's hitting that first pain point, right? Which is like, hey, if you're flying blind, how the heck are you going to scale a business, right? You don't know which ads are making which sale. And so that's a good pain point to start with. He's saying, forget about your clients. And then he gets a little bit weird, right? It gets a little bit like, whoa, what? And that is what's called getting attention, right? If you don't know how to make a Facebook ad, if you don't know how to write a Facebook ad, pick the AIDA framework: attention, interest, desire, action, right? And so I have a feeling that this is what he's going with. He's calling out, hey, I need some attention from the agency owners. Forget about your client's issue. And then it starts to get weird, right? Forget about your client's Facebook ads. Wait, what? I'm an agency. Forget about your client's YouTube ads. Wait, what? Forget about making sure your clients are being taken care of by your team. You talk about attention, right? Because who the heck would teach this? Well, let's see. Let's find out why he's saying this. Most importantly, forget about making sure your clients are getting results. Gosh. And see, he broke that out in its own sentence. He didn't put it with that. So that's good. As soon as I forgot about all of the above, our client churn rate went from 25% to less than 7%. That's good, right? So he's making a bold statement here, which just seems off the wall. Why would you ever forget about your client's results? That's everybody's saying, you got to get your client results. You got to get, taken care of by your team. He's saying that when he gave it all up, that he lost less clients and more stuck around. So let's see why. Our average monthly retainer went from 6.3K per month to about 8.2K per month, not including performance comp. And that must, and he's speaking the language, right? Performance comp. That might not resonate with anybody who's not an agency. I know what that means. I definitely didn't pay this much when I worked with him. I paid somewhere in between those two numbers. I think $7,500 a month. So that is a true statement. This is why I like this guy. There's no ego with Ashton, and he is a very just talented and smart guy. There's no ego though. I love that. Not including performance, and that's why I chose him, by the way, as an agency, because I just didn't care about the guys that are like ego. You know what I'm talking about. Not including performance comp, and my clients have never been happier. How? I forgot about all of it. I forgot about all of it. That I would say that's a very weak statement in my opinion. It's open-ended. It doesn't really tell you what he forgot about. I mean, I'm gonna assume he's talking about all of this. He forgot all about this stuff. But as you're reading through it, in my opinion, you should reinstate, I just didn't care about the above, or I forgot about all the above. It's nothing huge. It's just that it seems like we're leading up to this big answer, how, and it was just like delivered with what you already told us. So I personally think these two sentences right here could be cut out. I think you could go from, and my clients have never been happier. If you're an agency and would like to skip the rat race of constantly trying to get new clients, feel confident that clients will gladly pay their invoices each and every month without you bending over backwards to get them to do it. Enjoy the fruits of your labor and finally feel like you got your time back to actually growing. Wait. Enjoy the fruits of your labor and finally feel like you got your time back to actually grow your agency without your team. Okay, this is a very wordy sentence, I will say. This could be shortened. When it comes to writing, words that end with ly or y in general vary, for example. I try to eliminate those because it does add like finally right here. And actually, if you got rid of those, it really would shorten the sentence. It wouldn't make it much of a difference. Enjoy the fruits of your labor and feel like you got your time back. And feel like you got your time. How about this? Enjoy the fruits of your labor and get your time back. Forget the feeling. Is it a feeling or is it you're going to get your time back, right? I think what he's trying to say here is basically, enjoy your business, get it back on track, and without having to, put out the fire, which is very, very, that's a very familiar term, putting out fires, especially in any kind of industry. I mean, you're waking up, you got to put out fires, right? So what he's trying to say, I get what he's trying to say. It's a good thing to say. I just think that's a little bit wordy on how to say it. I would have said something along the lines of enjoy your business again and get back your time to actually work on your agency and grow it, something like that. I just think it's a little bit wordy. But other than that, I mean, it's a good message. It's just, I don't think it was worded right. I'm putting on a free training. Yes, it's a recording to show you. Now, if he would have said I'm putting on a webinar, yes, I don't think this was necessary to say that. And guys, this is why I'm here. I'm critiquing, right? I'm not going to say yes to everything I see. I know the guy. He's a good guy, but I'm not here to sit there and sugarcoat anything. So, I think this is considered fat, right? Cut out the fat. I get it, though. You're showing some personality. I get it. Today, to show you exactly how I've done this at Human Media and how we've scaled from 0 to 300K per month in 18 months. I like that. So there it is, forgetting. See, this is why, again, I think that this could be cut out. He's going to reinstate why. Well, he's not going to reinstate why. He's just going to say it again. I forgot about it all. Using it simply by forgetting. Using a simple 3-step framework I call MAD. Register for this. I don't really understand that either. When he jumps to the forget about, it just loses me. And I think he's, it's a transition attempt, but I don't like the transitions here. When he's talking about this, and then when he gets to the, the future tense talk here, I don't understand these transitions too well. I don't get it. All right. Register for this transformational training today and join the new generation of emerging agency owners that keep their clients happy by forgetting about them. And he puts a disclaimer here. Let's see. By registering for this training, this by no means is a guarantee or promise of any kind that you will grow by the same rate or speed. If you're looking for a magic pill, do not register for this training. I am only sharing my personal experience. Okay, that's cool. We're going to watch this video in a second, but this is the headline: the biggest risk to agencies owners right now. It's not getting new clients. I personally think that's a little bit weak, especially like you're not going to see, you're not always going to see this, whatever you call it, description. Oftentimes, mobile, I think that disappears on mobile, at least on, on the preview on Facebook. I don't like this. I think that he should have went with something like right here. He said it. He said, right there. That's the headline down here, in my opinion. Agency owners that keep their clients happy. Something along the lines of that. Maybe even a question form too, such as here's why agency owners are, forget about your clients. Successful agency owners forget about their clients. Question mark? Something like that to drive attention and curiosity. So what you're essentially saying is, build your agency by forgetting your clients. I like that. I like that stuff. It's controversial. It's not boring. So many boring copywriters out there. I mean, ungodly amount of boring copywriters. And it's like they just read a book and they don't know how to get out of that textbook copywriting stuff. They can't break out of the shell. I love this kind of stuff, you know. Like, I wouldn't call it bait and switch. It's just like you're sort of it's giving people what they need and wrapping it what they want, right? In other words, you're wrapping things up in bacon, is what people say. So it's like, you know, he obviously is a smart guy. He knows how to run an agency. He's done it for a while. If he came out here and sat there and said, hey guys, I've ran an agency for 10 years, here's how, that's going to blend in with a lot of other stuff. So you got to come out with something like controversial statement like that, because it attracts, right? It attracts. It gets engagement on this ad, which, you know, Facebook's going to reward. So let's watch this video, and then let's click over. This is going to be one of my longer videos. So let's go ahead and watch this video from the beginning. Make sure that's unmuted. Boom. It's a minute.
The biggest killer to any advertising agency is, in fact, not their ability to get new clients. It's actually their ability to retain them. And I want to show you the exact...
Okay, let's keep watching.
...and secret that I've used to cut my retention rate in half and maintain a less than 7% churn rate in the last 6 months. In fact, it's actually right here. Check this out. Hey, Joey. Joe, what's up? These guys work for us at Team and Media. They develop incredible ad campaigns for our clients. Campaigns that keep our clients around for the long haul. The best part is I don't have to hover over their shoulder to make sure they can produce great results. If you're an agency owner and you feel like you're struggling to scale, and it might be because you lose a client every time you gain one, then I have a training just for you, and it's on the next page. In this training, I'm going to show you the exact system and framework that I use to train my media buyers and my staff at Team Media to create incredible ad campaigns that keep our clients around for the long haul. If that sounds interesting to you, go to the next page, register, I'll see you inside.
Do it. I've been through the training. It's helped me and change my whole perspective on how I run ads and deliver amazing results. You won't regret it. Go to the next page. Do it.
Check it out.
The random guy at the end punching the ground.
Go to the next page.
What's he doing?
Check it out.
What's he doing? I don't know who that guy is, but he's hilarious. He just starts punching the ground. That reminds me of like the old days when I went to, you know, like emo concerts and people would be in the mosh pit like punching the ground and shit. Okay.
Do it. Check it out.
It's a good feel fun video. You know, guy and his bros on the back house. Looks like a new community. So what, I mean, I think the argument is look, forget focusing on your clients, focus on your team is what the message here is. And as I mentioned before, he said it in a very controversial way. And I like that. And you have to do that in copywriting. So good job on that, Ashton. Let's hop over to his landing page and take a look at that. It sounds like it's going to be like a webinar page. So let's go check it out. Click learn more. I don't like this font. I'm not here to talk about the design, but I definitely don't like this font choice. It's very hard to read. Like, what is that? You know, like all those letters are like melting into each other right now. I don't get it. Okay. Attention agency owners with SMMA clients. Speed through this pre-recorded training today and swipe the simple 3-step. I like that. That's different. Speed through this pre-recorded training today and swipe the. So this guy, by the way, is a good copywriter too. You can tell because, you know, when I've been doing this a lot more is putting things I really want people to say in parentheses here, right? He wants to he wants people to make like, for some reason for him, he wants people to know that this is not live, which it's a little bit overkill to have to say, hey, this is pre-recorded. I don't know why, but you know, he's not saying anywhere it's live. So I don't know. I guess that's something he values. He doesn't like the idea of we'll call it tricking people. Personally, you know, unless I see the word live, I'm going to assume every webinar is pre-recorded, but that's just me. But the way he does write the copy, you know, he could have said swipe the simple 3-step up here real small, but he wanted to get that like in your face what you want to read. And I think that's something to consider when you're writing copy is what words do you really want them to read? Break those out, highlight those, bold those, put them in the center. That's something to consider. Okay, speed through this pre-recorded training today and swipe the simple 3-step framework I've used to scale my agency 593% in 3 months. So, you know, this is what he wants you to read. Oh my gosh, how much coffee. While still enjoying the time with family, loving the clients I work with, and producing killer results. Yeah, I mean, that's a great headline. It's, you know, other than the font choice, I don't like it. I don't like the font choice, but I do like the words. Once again, he's calling out his demographic audience. Once again, he's, you know, it's a good headline. It's straight to the point. I mean, I understand what this is. You know, that's one of the things you want to understand with your headlines. Or one of the things you want to accomplish is you want to know exactly what you're seeing. Wow, a lot of dust just flew up when I did that. You want to know like what you're or what this is all about, right? That's what you want to know, and you want to know about that really fast. And it's otherwise you're going to bounce. And there's so many headlines that I read out there that are just you got to reread them. And if you have to reread a headline, you're writing it wrong. You know, so make sure, and believe me, headlines, I used to be like, what's the big hype? They're 10 words at most. No. I've written headlines, I've gone to bed, I've woken up the next day, and I've looked at that headline, and it reads completely different to me. I don't understand why, I don't understand how, but it does. So don't go with your first draft headline. Write one, sleep on it, come back, look at it, rearrange the words, understand. Here's an example, and I think I brought this up in a former video, but an example would be, you know, I on one of my businesses, Furniture Flipping Secrets, the headline read something like "Turn trash into treasure," which what I mean by that is you're finding garbage and then you're turning that into beautiful furniture. But if somebody's not part of that industry, trash to treasure, what does that mean? Do I have to dig through people's trash for furniture? So if I'm showing my ad to an older demographic, then you could definitely say that I'm turning them off because I'm basically telling my audience that you have to dig through trash and you're going to turn it to treasure. And that's not very appealing to an older woman. So I quickly got rid of that. So you got to think of that kind of stuff, you know, just because there's a coined phrase out there, it doesn't mean you should use it. Speed through this pre-recorded training today and swipe the simple 3-step framework I've used to scale my agency 593% in 3 months. While still enjoying time with family, loving the clients I work with, and producing killer results. So this, what he's doing here is he's kind of hitting the pain points a little bit, right? Time with family, you know, agency owners. You don't always have to call the pain points out. You can call them out with benefits, right? He's calling out the pain point here, right? But he's saying it in a beneficial way. In other words, or saying it in a positive way, I should say. So he's not saying without losing time with my family. He's saying while still doing that, you know? And I think agency owners, entrepreneurs in general can, you know, I mean, obviously he's not going for new agencies. He's wanting to go for established agencies who are wanting to, you know, work on their business, not in it. Stop trading, time for dollars. Stop putting fires out. He's clearly speaking to the experienced ones, because if he would say how to get more agency clients, then he would say that. But he's saying how to, in other words, retain the ones you already have. So that tells me that he's speaking to an audience of people who are already established and their agency's already established. Yes, sign me up. Bring a paper and pen. So that's cool. I would tell why to bring a paper and pen. I would say for note taking, because I understand this is a button and there's limited space, but I would still say for note taking at least. As featured on Forbes. Okay, that's cool. Some testimonials here. So I would say, I would probably put the button down here. I mean, I know I'm kind of getting into the design part, but I am also a designer. I also design these pages. I would have put what these are here. Like, are these clients that he's worked with? I don't know. Maybe if I push the button, I'll learn that. But these are big names. I mean, like Ryan Stewman, Billie Jean, Tanner, Dan Henry. All these guys are huge names. Nolan Fisher, I know that guy. But I don't know what the relationship that these guys are to Ashton. I think if he put a line here, here's some of the clients we worked with, I think that would tell that story. Obviously, I think that's what it is. I just think that you should never leave that out, because there's going to be somebody out there that might not know that. Put a button here to, unless you want them to have to scroll all the way back up to come here, I would have definitely duplicated that button and put it back down here. Are you ready to be our next case study? Here's the button, right? They click it. Let's see. I'm going to guess a pop-up. So you're going to pop up. Enter your information below to get instant access to this training. First name, email, phone number. Cool. Yeah, pretty basic stuff. I'm not going to opt in. But all in all, I think this is a great funnel. Design-wise, I'm not big on this. I think it's hard to read. I think you could lose some people there. But he does a very good job at calling out his audience. You can tell who he wants to work with. And he's a good guy. So I would say this is a really, really decent funnel. I think it's going to do great. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button. I'm going to continue making more of these videos. If you want notifications on that, I think there's a bell button you got to hit. Hit that bell button. And thanks again. Take care.